Welcome to Hollywood Actions. In this video, we are going to take a heartfelt and emotional journey through the lives and legacies of the beloved cast members from the hilarious and iconic comedy series Mrs. Brown's Boys who have tragically passed away. Mrs. Brown's Boys has kept audiences laughing for years. But behind the scenes, time has taken its toll, and we've sadly lost some of the incredible actors who brought the Brown family's world to life. In this tribute, we'll look back at their unforgettable roles, personal journeys. Now let's dive in. 1. Dermot Bugsy ONeal. Dermot Bugsy ONeal was a cherished figure on Mrs. Brown's Boys, playing the lovable and somewhat mischievous Grandad Joe. With his dry humor and perfectly timed expressions, Bugsy added an irreplaceable spark to every scene he was in. Off-screen, he was beloved by the cast and fans alike for his humility and good spirit. Dermot had a long battle with cancer, having been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2009. After a courageous fight, he passed away in July 2022, leaving behind a family of fans and friends heartbroken but grateful for his contribution to comedy. 2. Paddy Hulahan Sr. Paddy Hulahan Sr., father of Paddy Hulahan who plays Dermot Brown, was a supportive behind-the-scenes figure in the Mrs. Brown's Boys family. Though not a cast member himself, his influence and support shaped his son's performances and deepened the family-centric nature of the show. Brendan O'Carroll often referred to Paddy Sr. as a rock behind the curtain, someone whose warmth filled the backstage just as the laughter filled the theater. His death in 2017 left a personal hole in the hearts of many cast members. 3. Rory Cowans' mother. Rory Cowans' mother's passing marked a major turning point for Mrs. Brown's Boys. Rory famously left the show in 2017 to care for her full-time after years of illness. He played the flamboyant, fan-favorite Rory Brown and was a major part of the show's identity. After her passing in 2018, Rory said he had no regrets about leaving the show. Her influence led to one of the most heartfelt transitions in Mrs. Brown's Boys history. His character was recast, but fans never forgot the original Rory. 4. Brendan O'Carroll's sister Fiona. Before the TV series took off, Brendan O'Carroll's sister Fiona performed in the original live shows as a cousin character to Mrs. Brown. Though she never transitioned to the televised version, her early influence and comedic timing helped shape the tone of the family dynamic. Her passing in 2020 due to a stroke was quietly mourned by the Mrs. Brown's Boys cast, with Brendan making a rare public acknowledgement of the loss, calling her the original Brown girl. 5. Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan was a regular face in the Mrs. Brown's Boys stage shows throughout the early 2000s, often playing quirky background characters and adding physical comedy in live sketches. Though not widely known by international TV audiences, his presence in the touring productions was a cornerstone of the show's grassroots success in Ireland and the UK. He was well known backstage for being the kind of actor who could make the crew laugh just as hard as the audience. Tragically, Mike passed away in 2012 after complications from unmanaged diabetes. 6. Mary Byrne. Mary Byrne, Brendan O'Carroll's aunt, appeared in several early iterations of the live Mrs. Brown plays. She often portrayed elderly neighbors or family friends, using her natural timing in real-life connection with Brendan to create a sense of authenticity on stage. Though her appearances were never on the televised show, she remains an important part of Mrs. Brown's Boys history. Mary's death in 2008 came just before the BBC picked up the show for television. Brendan once said in an interview, "I wish Aunt Mary could have seen how big this became, she'd have slagged me all the way to the BAFTAs." 7. Maureen Toll. Maureen Toll was a legend of Irish theatre and television who made a brief but memorable appearance in the early televised Mrs. Brown's Boys episodes. She played Mrs. Nicholson, a nosy neighbor who gets on Agnes Brown's nerves, leading to one of the show's funniest exchanges. Her legacy in Irish drama spans decades, but her appearance in Mrs. Brown's Boys introduced her to a new generation of fans. Her death in 2012 was mourned across Ireland. 8. Eilish O'Carroll's first husband. Eilish O'Carroll, who brilliantly portrays Winnie McGugan, Agnes Brown's best friend and neighbor, once opened up about how the loss of her first husband deeply impacted her work and helped shape the emotional depth of Winnie's character. After his passing in 2000, just as the Mrs. Brown's Boys stage shows were beginning to pick up momentum, Eilish channeled much of her grief into her performances. Brendan O'Carroll later said, "She turned pain into lot." 9. Dennis Rafter. Dennis Rafter, an acclaimed Irish stage director, was briefly brought in to direct one of the early revivals of Mrs. Brown's Boys during its late 1990s touring life. Though Brendan O'Carroll has always helmed the creative vision, he credited Rafter with helping polish the timing, movement. Dennis passed away from cancer in 2015, and Brendan honored him privately in the next tour program, writing, "To Dennis, who taught me how to breathe between laughs." 10. Annette Flynn. Behind every outrageous wig and hilarious facial expression in Mrs. Brown's Boys was a hard-working makeup artist, one of the most dedicated being Annette Flynn. She worked tirelessly through the first 2 seasons of the TV show, ensuring that Brendan O'Carroll's transformation into Agnes Brown was both seamless and believable. Annette passed away suddenly in 2013. Though not publicly known by fans, the cast was devastated.